Today we are so lucky to have Garry Grueber with us. He is a leading plant finder, and he has also been with Suntory since the very beginning when they first revolutionized the plant industry with flowers. So can you tell us a little bit about Suntory and your involvement with them?
Well, Suntory is, of course, first and foremost a big beverage company in Japan, one of the biggest beverage companies in the world. Very nice whiskey, if you'd ever want to try it, but also very nice beers and wines. But many, many years ago, almost 20 years ago now, I was confronted with some cutting raised petunias, and I figured, until then, petunias had only been grown from seed and were a pretty cheap commodity product. And all of a sudden, here are these vegetatively propagated petunias, these cutting raised petunias. And I said, there must be something interesting there. So we contacted Suntory, and eventually we got the first trial plants of this new cutting raised petunia, and it blew our minds. It was totally mind-boggling how the performance of this product, the window box market in Europe is really, really big, and this created a totally new product category. You had beautiful cascades, we had competitions with consumers who can have the longest window boxes. They would be, Guinness Book of Records and everything. It was really, really cool, and that created a totally new product category. And Suntory has done that time and time again. With every introduction, with every new product line that they have introduced, they have revolutionized that marketplace and have created a totally new product product category in the marketplace.
Why do you think some of the varieties are so popular hanging from the window boxes in Europe? And do you think that's something that can happen here in the States?
Absolutely. The biggest secret of Suntory products is superior consumer performance. They're not necessarily always, the breeding at Suntory is very much different than conventional breeding. Most breeding companies will actually breed mainly for their immediate customers, for the growers. So it has to look pretty in a pot. But the consumer performance is not always that phenomenal later on, and that's what actually counts. And Suntory, from the very beginning, has understood that and has conveyed that, and in their breeding program, it might not look quite as pretty in a pot, but it really performs for the consumer, and that's been the secret of Suntory in the marketplace.
You've talked a little bit about their impact in the marketplace.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about what they're doing today to really change things?
Well, we don't get to see everything, of course, but behind the scenes, Suntory has a massive R&D department. They're doing a massive amount of work. They have very skilled breeders. The breeders, I know, many of them are personal friends. They travel the world to the most remote areas to find new germplasm for their breeding programs, and they take really interesting approaches to breeding that will certainly result and continue to result in really revolutionary products for the marketplace.
What are some of the benefits of the Suntory products that have just made them wildly popular?
Interesting. There are many, of course. First of all, as we said, superior consumer performance, but also creating totally new looks. Look at Cinetti and Surfinia, the Summer Waves, Sundeville. There are all these beautiful products that are totally new to the consumer, so you have this wow effect at retail. For the consumer. The consumer walks into the garden center and sees these really interesting products, and you can't help but buy them.
As a true visionary in this industry, what do you see becoming of Suntory's products in the future?
Well, just have a look around us. It speaks for itself, in my opinion. All these product lines have a firm place in the marketplace, and in my opinion, their market share will continue to increase because there are so many cool products. Just look at this. You have Surfinia, you have Summer Wave, you have some Parasol, for example, you have Friolina. There's so many cool products, and the consumer comes into a garden center and it just blows their mind because these are totally new products that they've never seen before, and they have the added benefit of Suntory products actually performing for the consumer.
And you saw it first.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.